Tools to Go, the official equipment rental service where you can rent, buy and donate all the tools you need. We are an equipment rental service focused on keeping repair costs and DIY projects affordable to everyone, utilizing driverless cars. Our service is aimed at non-experts that have minor repairs or projects to do at home and wouldn't usually have the tools ready to hand and aren't prepared to dip into their pockets to buy them outright. We will provide the service by partnering with local hardware stores and buy a portion of their tools. We will then keep these tools on site with a driverless car ready to dispatch them when an order is made using our app. Did you know that the average person spends £151 every year on tools they'll probably only use once? Therefore, I believe hiring out the equipment is a more viable option. This is because there is a lower risk to the customer of the item being faulty, as it will be in our best interest to service the tools and keep them working for as long as possible. It is also much more cost effective as it does not require a large upfront cost and will not take up any storage space in your home, as it will just be picked up when you are done using it. And finally, when you no longer need the tools you've bought outright, you can only sell them for a fraction of the price you paid, which isn't even worth the time and effort it takes to sell. Here is the user journey of what it will be like using the service. It starts off with someone who has a damaged garage and roof that needs to be repaired. The customer uses our app to make an order to rent the equipment needed for the job. Then the local warehouse receives the order and puts the items in the driverless car ready to be dispatched at an allocated time slot. Once the items are on their way, the customer will receive a notification of when to expect the items. When it arrives, the user will unlock the car using a near-field communication feature on the app. He will then take the equipment out and close the door on the vehicle, and it will be on its way to the next delivery. The user now has the professional equipment they need to complete the task safely. They will have a limited time frame to complete this in. If more time is needed, they will incur late fees, as this may hold back the service. After the repairs have been completed, the car will arrive at its allocated time and collect the items. The user will unlock the car, put all the items back and close the door. If all is well and the items are not damaged, their deposit will be refunded. This concludes the service. Typeface and color scheme. I chose 3DS for the main font to be used in the app, as it is clear and easy to read on a small screen, which is important, as it needs to be readable for people aged between 30 to 60 who are likely to be using my service. I chose a slightly grey-scaled turquoise, as it is not too intrusive and easy on the eyes. App layout. The greeting page will have a simple layout to guide you through the sign-in process. Once you have successfully signed up, you will have 3 options: rent, buy or donate. The most common feature will be the rental feature. However, the app does allow users to buy consumables like screws or replacement discs for cutting tools that wear easily. They will also be able to donate any tools they have themselves that they no longer need. These will be either rented out or responsibly recycled, depending on the quality and condition they are in. Once you hit the rental shopping page, you can scroll through most commonly rented items, or you can search for anything specific you need. When you find what you're looking for, you can click on the item and it will show you the general information and average cost per week, including the required deposit. If more information is needed, you can click on the More Info button located on top of the screen. Once you have everything ready to check out, it will show you a detailed breakdown of the price. After you proceed, you can choose a time slot for when you need the items to arrive and when you expect to be done with them. Then confirm the address and payment information, and you will see a map of the location of the driverless car, so you will know when exactly it will arrive, so you don't have to wait outside for long. Finally, go to the summary and you will be given instructions of what to do when the car arrives. This is what the driverless car will look like. I chose to have the same color scheme as the app to help distinguish it from other cars to make it easier for the customer. The door will have an in-field communication touchpoint where the user will interact with to gain access to their items. Once the door is open, they will go inside and collect their items from their designated box and close the door behind them. The car will now leave and go to its next location. Sustainability. The main reason for the existence of this company is to minimize the need to purchase tools and equipment that the user will only need once or twice. Not only is this detrimental to the environment, but to the customer as well, as they need to store this equipment, which creates visual pollution wherever they are left. However, if this business is successful, people will no longer need to buy these products, as they can simply rent them out, using them for however long they need, and then they will be passed on to the next person and so forth, until the item has reached its end of life. Once the equipment is no longer in usable condition and can no longer be repaired, Tools to Go will responsibly dismantle the item and use it for spare parts to help keep other tools in use. Also, our delivery service will be carried out by driverless electric cars, which will have much less pollution compared to traditional petrol cars. Tools to Go will generate its revenue from the rental cost of its item, which is the backbone of the company. The items will be bought in bulk from large retail supplier at a negotiated discount and will be kept in a designated station local to the store warehouse. With the use of electric driverless cars, we will be saving money by making the delivery process more automated by having less employees. We will also be charging for our delivery service. However, we aim to keep these costs low as not to put off our potential customers and focus on the rental price instead. Tools to Go will be able to provide equipment to the people who would normally be unable to afford the items. Now they have access to specialist equipment to allow them to complete the tasks they had set out to do, such as repairing a roof or building a shed for their children to play in. As a result, they will be able to achieve more and be more active. Having a driverless car perform the delivery service, it is likely to bring many social difficulties, such as the lack of trust in machines when it comes to making ethical decisions with our lives. There is a chance the company may be criticized for not having a human delivery person, but instead giving the job to a machine. Thank you.